Hello, long time no speaky weeky. I haven't done one of these for about 6 months. I don't know why, just time is running by us all, I think, these days. Out my window here in Queensland, Australia, there's a cyclone about to hit. Very, very windy, and it's going to get worse over the weekend. So if suddenly I get splattered against the wall, that will be why. Um, what do I want to talk about? I don't know, but in particular, I'm definitely going to do a channel um, in a little bit. Um, I think I ought to apologise because one of the videos I did last year was about the Game Changer project, and I failed miserably. I I stopped doing it after a while. I can't remember why. Um, there were you do things every day like your meditation, your affirmations, random act of kindness, say the game changer video, all these things to improve one's life, and it all fell flat on the floor for me. I don't know how many of you are still doing it, and if you are, bravo, bravo. But for me, I was like, I don't know, life once again took over as it does. Um, what can I say? I feel we are getting lighter and lighter and lighter. I feel the veil is definitely thinning out between our realm and other realms, shall we say. I can definitely feel that, and it does knock you about a bit. But then I think I say that in every video. Are you being knocked about? And as for this last full moon, well, hello. I was like ready to jump off the balcony, if there was one. Just so full on moods that I'm unable to shift at times, no matter how hard I use and try to use all techniques techniques that I've learned. Um, Truly, you see, I'm stumped. I've got no words of wisdom, so perhaps I'll just hand you over to the old Indian. Really, I think. I would like to say that I'm very excited. I've been working hard on. I'm doing a retreat. I'm not doing the retreat. I'm taking the retreat in Bali. There's still a few spaces left if people would like to join us. I'm very excited about it. I've never done anything like this before, and I feel that like 2 hour sessions a day for a week, and bringing in White Cloud and the Federation of Light, and who knows who else. All sorts I can feel being downloaded to me for activations and things, in this beautiful, beautiful resort. So I'm really excited about that, just to see what transpires. I think, for me, I would like myself and others participating to sort of find the deeper part of their soul, or come away just feeling so much more enlightened, really, and just happier about life. And that's my goal. So anyway, if you care to join us, a quick plug here. Do so, do so. I really, as I say, unless I start bringing White Cloud in now, I'm just going to waffle on, because I don't have anything to say. I mean, what should it be that I talk about? We all know um, all that's being said to do in the channelings and the change. As for the event coming, well, truly, I have said before, I I don't think about it much. I, when it comes, it comes. The Federation of Light seem to mention it a lot, and I'm like, oh, hello, here we go. you know, I do believe it will happen, but I really don't know when that happening will take place. It might not be for 20 years or something. It might be next week. Really don't know. I think it's more important that we concentrate on who we are, and being our light, and being that example of light that we are, through these difficult times. Even though things are getting lighter, there's a lot of turmoil going on, and the Federation of Light do say about, the world is going to get a lot more topsy-turvy. Looking out my window there, it's about to turn upside down any minute now. Dear, dear, dear. beautiful sunshine, but the wind's like bending the trees in two, and it's going to get worse apparently. Anyway, so there we are. Truly, hello to you all, and thank you all for your support and all your emails. And I do try to answer them all. How enlightening am I being right now? No. I had a feeling this might happen, so I'm just going to bring White Cloud in and see what he's got to say. You know, if all else fails, hand over to the Native American Indian, dead, as we might know. All right. I do make myself laugh. Thank God. Thank God. Okay. I'll bring him in then. Maybe I'll speak at the end, who knows. Thank you for watching.
Very warm welcome to you, beautiful people of your world. As I opened the eyes of Blossom and looked into the blue light upon her contraption, she is saying to me, "Why don't you just say computer?" I don't know. Perhaps I like to be a little flamboyant. But as I looked into that blue light, I am aware that many souls will be looking into the eyes of Blossom, which are my eyes at this time, in a sense, coming through. And I was aware that I just look into your eyes because then I look into your soul. And I did not have to say anything. I did not have to do anything other than be love as our souls connected as one. And I feel in these days, my friends, that it is imperative for you to take the time, as I always say, even if it is only for 10 minutes a day, to connect up with the higher aspect of yourself. But not only that, now that you are of a higher level of yourselves upon the earth plane, but allow the knowledge to be absorbed into your being, that as you switch off from the busyness of your world, as you allow your heartbeat and your mind to slow down, that it matters not whether somebody else is doing the same at that time, but I can assure you, due to the number of people that meditate upon your planet, there will be quite a few doing it at exactly the same time as you. Then it is that knowing that you are connecting with one another on a different level, on a higher level than the vibration that you walk around within, if you like, which, let us say, has risen a great deal. I have spoken of energies coming down and your energies rising up and then merging, and it sends you spinning sometimes. Again, take that time to breathe. Take that time to acknowledge the truths of who you are. In all that you do, my friends, when it seems so mundane, let another part of you recognize the higher light of yourselves, so that within that recognition, a smile takes place in your heart and upon your face, and it changes everything. It changes your position. It changes your disposition. It changes your vibration and your energy. It is so easy, is it not, my friends, to be so engrossed in the technicalities of life. This must be done, that must be done, etc. Blossom is having trouble with the eyes. Does not affect me. All that goes on in your world, much of it is designed to distract you from the light of who you are. So it is for you to take charge, for you to take control, for you to take back your power of light love that resides within you. But do you not see, my friends, these screens that I am looking at right now, that you are looking at right now? Yes, they can bring wisdom through and much enhancement to the soul. But that would depend, would it not, on choice of viewing. The same with your TV screens. Choice of viewing, my friends. Does it serve your soul, what you are watching? Or does it bring your energy down? You are highly intelligent beings of love. Do not allow densities of energy to fool you, to trap you. Many of you say, I just like to escape. Just to sit there and watch and escape. What are you escaping to? Where does that journey take you, depending on your choice of that which you watch? You are awakened beings. You know better. You know now how to serve your soul. You know how to allow that which is of service to your being to be present at all times. And Blossom is saying to me at this moment about White Cloud, yes, we know of all this, but sometimes the energy seems so strong that it is hard to overcome them and be this shining light. Even when you are feeling low, take a moment to breathe and to smile. Immediately, your vibration, your frequency is lifted, and White Cloud Blossom is saying to me, we are going to go into a little something that Blossom thought we were not. But it is happening that the difference, the distance between that which is Blossom and that which is White Cloud is so minute in these higher energies that we are much more one and the same. Blossom is really questioning me of, are we going to go where I think we are going to go? And my point is, why not? Let's move on, let's get this show on the road. And so what we have discovered, Blossom and I, as one, the two of us, is that now, whereas it was not possible before, go ahead, Blossom, show them.
I can speak like this suddenly. This is a discovery I made quite a few months ago. And are you ready? Watch this. I don't believe I'm doing this because I didn't think it was ready. I didn't think it was time to do this. But obviously it is if I put this video up. So are you ready for this? You go, White Cloud, your turn.
So it is that I can speak like that.
And it is that I can speak like that. It baffled me as to what was, what's going on. I don't know if I'm ready to talk about all this. I really wasn't prepared. Oh God. So I'll tell the story and see what happens. I never have been able to do White Cloud's voice when he isn't in, type thing. I used to try to make sure I wasn't a fraud. And just couldn't. I could not do that. And then last November, I can't believe I'm doing this, last November, I did a White Cloud meeting, and honestly, truly, when I was sitting there, I was like, really, where are we going with this? After 19 years, this is pretty, let's move on. For many years, I've said we need to change things, we need to up things, White Cloud, And I came away from that meeting not knowing whether he, I knew he was talking, but I felt it was me, and I was just like, I'm over this. This has to change. Now, I don't know what made me do it, but I was at the traffic lights in the car on my own, and I thought, because it had been so strange, I thought, I'm just going to try, and lo and behold,
there I was.
It's like a double act. Which baffled me, that I was like, hello, I can suddenly do this voice. And I was like, well, is it that I'm an actress and for 19 years I've been doing his voice, so my voice box is used to it, and also all his mannerisms like this when he speaks. It's just, is it because I'm an actress and I can do it?
And yet I would then interfere, and so I would take over now for a little while, Blossom.
It became, by all means, just showing you my skills that I've been working on. I didn't tell anybody, for my husband, nobody, for weeks, because I was like, oh, I just need to check I haven't totally lost the plot. I'd walk along the beach when nobody was there, and I'd go, are you there?
And I would say, yes, of course I am here. And so the conversations went on, and Blossom would ask me, what is it? What is the point of this? What is this for? Where are we going? And I was explaining many things, and she was always trying to catch me out. And she never could.
But believe me, I tried. I was going, okay, then, if this is you, just like this, you can come in just like this, answer me this and answer me that. And although they're not always like the Federation of Light, I find they're not these direct answers, they certainly weren't rubbish. They sort of made sense. So I eventually sort of told my husband, and I told my best friend and my sister and that, and I let them have a bit of it, like I'm doing now. Over to you, pal. Over to you.
Last night, somebody sent to Blossom a link from an energy known as Kryon. And he spoke words that so assisted Blossom in this that is taking place, regarding the fact that the higher self can come down and one is more or less channeling as life, as part of their life, because the veil has cleared so much that this is possible.
Me now. And so it was that I had a few friends round, close friends, obviously, not ones that were going to cart me off in a van with a with a straitjacket on. And I explained to them what was happening, and I said, I just need to see where this is going. White Cloud, I felt, had asked that we get a gathering together so we could work on this. So I got these people together, and as they said, this was amazing, because it was like, bringing down the higher part type thing. And I've asked, White Cloud said, yes, are you ready for this? He is me, and I am him. And people go, yeah, Blossom. And I was like, no, that's quite huge. And I don't feel that comfortable with that. So I said, could we have another way? And he said, well, think of it as a collective. You and I are part of a collective consciousness of a higher level. And so I'm like, okay. And the interesting thing is, I'm off now, love. I'm off. Get yourself a cup of tea. That I can, it's so complicated. I can actually now speak in the same voice as White Cloud. Are you ready? So,
I, as Blossom, can speak as White Cloud. Now this is White Cloud, but I cannot speak as Blossom.
I've tried, because I'm sussing all things out to make sure of my sanity. He cannot speak in my voice, and yet I seem to be able to speak in his. And he has said that is because the resonance, the tone of his voice, the vibration of his voice is of a certain vibration that he can be of, whereas he can't actually speak in my tones because they are not of a high enough vibration. So write that down in your book to see where this is all leading, because I certainly don't know. I could go on and on. And truly, as I've said about 1,000 times, I really wasn't No way was I going to do this. I was thinking I might introduce it in Bali as a little, guess what? But now I've done it now, and I have to trust in that. This message from Kryon really relieved me, so to speak, because it made sense as to what's happening to me, because I totally understand that, with all respect to me and to everybody in White Cloud, here's me talking, Blossom Goodchild, and then, oh, I know what, deep breaths, all this drama and stuff, and in comes this beautiful energy known as White Cloud. Well, take that away, and it's like not quite the same, really, is it? Do you see what I'm saying? I'm just being really truthful to you.
And that is all we can ask for, that you accept this change. Blossom for so many years has said, White Cloud, we need to change things. We need something different. It is all the same for almost 20 years. And now that I have brought this in and this is able to happen, she's complaining. She is not trusting. She is lacking in confidence with it, and we laugh because I say you wanted it and now I give it to you. You don't want to know. We have talked because she has asked. It is so confusing. That is me, Blossom, speaking. And now the energy that is White Cloud is saying that Blossom has asked, what is this point, where is it going? And I can only say, I do not know. When I first came into Blossom 19 years ago, I could not open the eyes, I could not move in her body. The voice was about an octave lower and about 50 times slower. And it was a very, very different experience for myself and for Blossom. And then you look at how that grew and progressed in those years, that I could open my eyes, I could make people laugh. I cannot laugh, I cannot sing. Still we are not able to do that. That will be a miracle. So I am saying to Blossom that this next phase is a grand phase. We cannot say exactly where it is going, because when we began working together all those years ago, we did not know where it was going till we got there. And it is the same with this setup. It will expand and expand and expand as each other, trust the process. When Blossom had the group of 7 souls around, at one point White Cloud had been talking. White Cloud had been talking. And Blossom suddenly realized what I was about to say, and the love and the emotion just made her break down immediately into tears. And she can feel it come now, because it was the difference for me. Do you see, my friends? I am no greater than anybody else. And when I was in the old way of doing things, where there was an audience of people and they looked at me like this, and I would say, does anybody have a question? And nobody would answer, because they put me on a pedestal. They put me as some being higher than them. And in this way, we were able.
See, it chokes him up, chokes me up even now. Back to you.
We were able to be in a group of friends. Everybody was relaxed. Everybody changed because I was one of you. Instead of being put up here, when you have to realize, my friends, we are all of this higher energy. And the veil is lifting and lifting and lifting so that this can take place, that I am showing you now, that Blossom is being brave enough to show you now. Those that you look up to, those that with the greatest of respect people channel, we are no different from you. We are of and we are from the same light source. The sooner you understand that, the quicker all these changes will take place. And these things, such as that which we are showing you now in this day, is the beginning of the new time. The beginning of these changes really making a difference. As time moves on, I cannot say to you, and Blossom has asked me over and over again, I cannot say to you what it will expand into. But I can say to you, it is joyous, beyond joy, that you upon the earth have worked so hard through the density to bring your light energy up to meet the higher, more powerful energy that is coming in, so that it merges. And I have spoken so often about the merging, and this is exactly what is taking place with Blossom and I as one. We can now merge together, although we, if you like, reside more permanently in different realms. We can bring those together. We can bring in that higher perspective of your lives. And with that understanding, with that knowing, how different, think about this, my friends, how different is that going to make things? It is so exciting. It raises the heart to know that this now can take place.
And I just need to go, hello. Just to let you know that there he is getting very passionate and all that. And here I am, I'm listening, I'm going, oh, good boy, go on. But I can just do it like this. And I feel, and I hope you can as well, that there's no difference from the way he was being once you get into this passion that he has, that I have, that so many have, to let it be shown. And in all honesty, this is me at my most vulnerable, because as I say, I was not going to do this for about, I'd say to a few people, because I explained to them what was happening, and I might, just say, look, I'll show you. And having over a cup of coffee, suddenly I'd go, or he'd go,
welcome to you, my friend.
And they'd be like, oh, and we'd laugh, and I'd go, see? It's And I'd say, and they said, yeah, agreed with me. I said, I'm not going to be putting this out there for, for quite a while till I know what's going on. And they go, good idea, Blossom, good idea. But here I am, it seems, doing it right now in this present moment. And you know what? Why not? Why not? Just be bold, be brave. I think this is a message about us all being bold, stepping into the light of who we are, and just trusting it. And I I am totally aware that there may be many of you that go, well, bless her. Bless her, we followed her for as long as we could. We tried to keep up with her ways. But now, no. Let's just put a few messages out that Blossom Goodchild has actually lost the plot completely. She has gone bonkers. She has lost her marbles. I'm prepared for that. If people, if people feel that, then that is their truth. Bye, and thank you for walking thus far. And yet for those of you that can resonate with this truth, which is clearly the next steps on my journey and on your journey, let's just walk down this path together and see where it leads. But more so, I want to encourage you to, as I say, just to be bold and brave and brave. I have to see that word again. Brave, brave, brave. About doing what you know is right and what is truth. And if people mock you and if people laugh at you, then that's fine. That's their journey. It's none of your business, quite honestly. But for those who can recognize this particular video that I'm so stunned, God, that I'm probably going to put out there, thank you for accepting this new phase, this change.
Also understand that this is just the beginning of changes. It is not just that this kind of thing can now take place. If this can now take place, be prepared. Be prepared, my friends, for so much more. If the veil has cleared this much, and clearly it has, then what else of light and love and joy? What other miracles are going to be able to filter through that veil? So much that you have all been waiting for will present itself to you in the coming days. Be patient, though, be patient. One day at a time, as they say.
And I'm aware that we're probably done. There's only so much we can go on about with this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your respect. Thank you for your understanding, if you do understand. I don't, but I do, if you see what I mean. Thank you so much to Kryon and the lady that sent me the link, because that made such a difference, because it helped me to just, that jigsaw piece went into place. I was like, oh, thank God. I haven't actually gone do la la, although some think I did a long time ago. This is why this is happening. I just needed to hear that so much. So Kryon, thank you. And thank you to you, White Cloud.
Gratitude is a blessing upon each soul The more one gives of gratitude, the more there is to be grateful for. I give such gratitude that there are those out there that choose to tune in to that which I desire you to know. And for that, we give thanks. We give thanks to the Divine Oneness for allowing this miraculous phenomenon to take place. We ask always that we may remain humble in order to serve and to receive, and that we may continue to walk boldly as the light and the love. Adieu, my friends, adieu.
And yet he's saying goodbye, and he's probably not gone anywhere.
I am still present, but is it not that we are closing down and we would say goodbye as we would when we leave a friend? So until next time, I bid you adieu.
There's a very famous double act called the Two Ronnies from England, and at the end of each of their show they used to say, so it's good night from me and it's good night from him. So I feel I'm going to say goodbye from me and it's goodbye from him. I think I'm going to have the courage, once I've watched this back, to put it out there. We'll see. You'll only know if I do. Thank you so much, truly. Thank you so much. A real surprise for me today. Take care now. In gratitude and in loving service.